Yeah, I think we're all ready to get started for tonight. Should we begin with a little bit of a recap of everything that transpired last time? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in last week, you would have gotten the opportunity to see some amazing role playing that took place from our illustrious players here as they took their characters to some emotional lengths, we'll call them. Um, Mira ventured off to find Falen, discovered perhaps a little bit about Phelan's current situation. Didn't let them talk very much, but dropped some lore bombs upon them, giving up Aidy's secret, as it were, giving up the hidden knowledge of the airship crashed in the mountains and leaving them more or less speechless, with the promise that they would sleep on it and get back to her in the morning. That's that's what everyone wants to hear from their ex when they're when you're unloading everything on them, right? And while all of that was going on, everybody else was dealing with something inside of a magical ring that their good friend Violet had left with them, which had been a gift from Violet, a sort of gift, something left behind by Violet's father a decade ago almost, or however many years. Andrew will pop in, however many years that was, I forget, 6 or 8 years, something like that. Who knows how long that ring had been hidden in that bag of holding. And it was an experience dealing with an entity inside of the ring. There was magic unleashed. There was the capturing of a memory inside of a glass jar that is now sitting corked on the dining room table, I assume, because, where else would it be? And yeah, everyone came to some conclusions about the dangers coming to Orlustran, the Nostromo, the clerical hunters that are on the way, and what it all might portend. And I think that there was some decisions that still need to be made about how long you're staying within the city and what can be done. And what about Sienna's friend that has been, ostensibly mind controlled into doing whatever horrible things the Nostromo have been up to? There's a lot, basically. There's a lot that everyone is having to deal with right now. But in the midst of having to deal with all of this, they did manage to find themselves a long rest. So please, everyone, feel free to do a long rest. Get back all of those great things that you might need from doing a long rest. And then I have to ask everyone except for Beth, please, to mute and deafen yourselves right now, because I'm going to go through a few things with Beth that I don't want the rest of you to hear, but I would very much like our audience to hear them. So I'm trusting all of you to not listen in, and your cue to come back will be Beth giving a bunch of thumbs ups. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. So, Aidy fell asleep, exhausted from having to deal with the circumstances of the evening, not the least of which was the ring, but had a lot to also deal with her sister. How quickly do you think sleep found Aidy?
Probably pretty quickly. I think her mind would have been racing with just everything that had gone on, throughout the day. But I think that all of that emotional up and down and back and forth would have definitely sent her to sleep pretty quickly.
Okay, that's good to know. Her dreams are not quite normal, although there's a lot to be said for that when it comes to Aidy and dreams. You slip into a deep sleep from all of the experience of everything, but as you fall into this sleep, you can feel the weight of the ring tangibly upon your finger. Your consciousness drifts and sleep takes you shortly after. Your dreams that night are unlike anything that you have ever experienced. Your own subconscious doesn't feel like it's guiding this dream. Instead, you sense another consciousness mingling with your own, shaping this dreamscape. You are pulled into a realm where shadows and light swirl chaotically, a place where memories and emotions from another life collide and intermingle with your own. As in most dreams, time is irrelevant now. Space is imperceptible. Everything here is about feelings and emotions, and thought, all heightened dramatically in their intensity. The dream swirls with these sensations, each more powerful than the last. And at some point, your mind pushes against this swirl of chaos, trying to create order. And as that happens, everything disappears into a void, this darkness that becomes suffocating, pressing against you from all sides. And amidst this emptiness, you hear a whisper, soft but frantic. Safe. Not safe. Where is the light? Read. The shadows come. Flashes of scenes burst into your vision, each one more vivid and jarring than the last. You see a woman standing in a dimly lit chamber filled with ancient scrolls and forbidden texts. Her face is youthful, yet etched with worry. Around her, a small group of robed figures huddle, their expressions a mix of determination and fear. They speak in hushed tones, almost like plotting, perhaps, speaking of the suffering of others and the need for reforms. But reforming what, you don't know. They bear holy symbols of several different ascendant. The young woman's voice, clear amidst this. We must act, or their darkness will consume everything. The scene shifts abruptly. You see the woman now in a garden at twilight, locked in a tender embrace with another robed figure. Their love is evident, but so is the danger that surrounds them. As the figure draws back slightly, a faint glow emanates from their eyes, a sign of a forbidden arcane power that they possess. You hear her whisper, "They can never know. We must keep this secret for our sake and the sake of our cause." A sharp pain shoots through your head as the scene changes again. You're in a grand hall, witnessing the woman as she stumbles upon a hidden room. She freezes in place, eyes wide with horror as she tries to stay out of sight of the black and white robed figures conducting a dark ritual. They are draining the life force from a helpless captive. The air is thick with malevolent energy, and her face twists in horror and rage. You almost feel before you hear, "This cannot continue. I will expose them, no matter the cost." In a whirlwind of motion, you see the woman leading a group of rebels through shadowy corridors. The air is thick with tension just as they reach their target. Betrayal strikes. One of their own turns against them, and chaos erupts. You find it difficult to follow all that is transpiring as the scene before you roils within this chaos. And her voice again, desperate and pained. No, please, no. Suddenly, you're in the midst of another fierce battle. The woman fights valiantly, her magic crackling through the air. She defends a man desperately holding on to a jewel-encrusted chest, her eyes blazing with determination. But then a burst of shadow and malevolent energy. You see her falling, skin turning to ash, and the light of her magic fading. Her last words echo in your mind. Protect him. Don't let them win. Everything goes black. You feel the cold, numbing darkness that she has been trapped in for however many years you don't know. Her voice, now a mere whisper. Why is it so dark? Where is the light? Reed, are you there? The oppressive silence is broken only by her sporadic, disjointed thoughts. Safe, not safe. Shadows come. I failed. You feel her confusion, her fear, and her isolation. The weight of her experiences would crush anyone, yet somehow she endures. You sense her presence close and yet so very far away, trapped and confused, in pain, and struggling to find peace. You awaken with a start, your heart is pounding, the ring feels even heavier upon your finger. The dream lingers in your mind, haunting you with the memories that you struggle to process. One thing is clear, though. The consciousness within the ring is suffering deeply. Helping them would be a long and arduous journey. You glance at Mira sleeping peacefully beside you. Will she understand? Will your friends? With everything else going on, do you have time to help this woman within the ring? Do you have the skill to help them? Should you help them? These questions linger in your mind as the light of the suns begins to filter through your window. Do you have any questions before I bring everyone else back, or anything that you would like to do, given that Aidy is awake before Mira?
I think. What does the woman look like?
She was difficult to make out a great deal of detail, but you would estimate human, certainly. Somewhere around you and Mira's age, maybe slightly older. Dark hair, maybe a chestnut brown, perhaps. It was hard to see what color her eyes were. They seemed to almost change based on the scene or based on whatever emotions she might have been experiencing. The chaos of everything was also difficult to wrap your head around with that, but give me a history check, please.
Okay. $16.
You're fairly certain that she was wearing robes, not unlike robes you've seen in your mother's closet. Clerical robes of a wizard.
Okay.
And during the battle, you saw her wearing the wraps. The ones that you found with blood upon them. You're fairly certain.
Okay. Well, I think she'll just sort of lay there for a moment and like wipe any sweat from her brow and just sort of stare up at the ceiling, feeling Mira next to her and just wondering if this is the time and place for just another thing on their massive to-do list that is getting more and more time sensitive. So she'll lay there for a minute, and then I think the exhaustion sort of takes over again, and she'll fall asleep.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
That's a 5.
I think it's time to bring everyone back. Why don't we give her a thumbs up?
Hey guys,
So,
welcome back.
What happened?
and no, it's fine. Everything's great, right, Beth?
Everything's great with a wisdom save of 5.
You didn't see that. You're sleeping. Shush.
Mira awakens. The light of the twin suns is filtering in through the window. It's probably only a couple of minutes until they're at full rise. And you look over and you see Aidy awake and just staring up at the ceiling. You did not fall back asleep.
Cool.
You still got your long rest. You're not exhausted or anything. You might be a little bit mentally drained from all that, but you're just staring up at the ceiling as Mira awakens.
You're awake already?
Is it morning?
Can you...
Yeah. Like, is it like getting up time morning?
Are you okay? What?
Yeah. I just had a dream and it's... I don't know. I still feel tired. Do we have to do everything we have to do today? Can we just skip it?
As much as that sounds nice, I don't think we have time to skip it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Is Sienna an early riser?
I wouldn't say normally she would be.
Okay.
So she's probably asleep still.
Bren works on a farm, but he's also not on the... Or actually, no, he's coming back, right? Didn't you... Yeah, that's right.
If I was if Bren was gone, I'd be taking care of the animals, so I'd probably wake up a bit earlier than the norm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a fair point too. That's a fair point. What would Sienna be doing waking up in the twins' apartment and them behind a closed door? You had slept in Mira's bed last night.
Okay. I think I'll leave a little note and can lock doors. I'll lock the door behind me.
I will say no, but given your skills, you can lock the door.
Okay. No spell, fine.
I mean, if you want to burn a spell slot right off the bat, you know.
I'll keep them for now. We are pretty low level still. Well, there's no reason why we need to, but
yeah. So yeah, you lock the door. Or where are you headed?
To the farm.
Oh, that's a long way away.
Oh, is it that?
Yeah, Bren was going for the evening, and then he was going to come back in the morning, he said.
Oh, okay.
I assumed when you were mentioning this that you were going to like go out for breakfast or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll just go out for breakfast. Maybe I'll get something to bring back. Some eggs.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because as we've already established, there's nothing in the apartment.
Condiments, maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
why go to the grocery store if we're just going to be leaving? We need to finish out pantry items.
Yeah, so I'll get some breakfast and stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I would say that the two of you probably around the time that you're seriously contemplating getting out of bed, you would hear Sienna coming back with breakfast. We'll say it's like an hour past sun's rise.
Guess that's our cue to get up.
Yeah. Fine. That thing with the ring yesterday kind of was fucked up. I know you kind of came in at the tail end of it, but I don't know. I think it got into my head a little bit. So, dreams, you know.
Maybe you can take it off while you sleep, and then you're not wearing it while you're not able to. I don't know.
Yeah. It felt so awful taking it off. Like, not for me, not really, but whatever is in there, it's like so devastated and sad and lonely, it seems. I don't know. It was just so weird. We've absolutely got bigger fish to fry. So I don't know. We can figure that stuff out later, I guess. But I'm hungry. And I trust that Sienna is once again making us feel very, very comfortable, because that's what she seems to do. And boy, do I love her for it. All right, shove off so I can get out of here. I'm like wedged by the wall.
I'll like slowly creak my way out of bed and head into the kitchen.
Okay. As you head into the kitchen, what kind of breakfast did Sienna go and retrieve?
I think I got some like nice buns and breads and sorts of eggs and cheeses and maybe some cured meats. Nothing like super hot or whatever, but like, you know, deconstructed charcuterie board.
Sure.
That is the best thing.
It takes you a while to find the sharp knife in the kitchen, but you do eventually find it. And you guys come out to find Sienna in the middle of like setting up this charcuterie board.
Thank you so much.
You want to finish cutting this cheese? I might go back to bed for a bit until Bren shows up. Hey.
Hey. Yep. Yes. I'll take over. Did you not sleep enough?
I woke up too early. I was used to taking care of some of the animals on the farm lately, but you know, figured to get breakfast now. Maybe I'll just relax. I'll drape over some furniture.
Do you want some tea? Coffee?
Oh, no. I'm good. It's for you folks.
Okay. Thank you. And I will not hesitate to start eating all of the food.
As you settle in for breakfast, maybe almost an hour perhaps goes by before you hear scuffling noises on the steps, and then you hear a thud, and you hear Bren say, "Damn it!" You had been in wild shape to get back quickly and kind of tripped coming up the stairs as you turned back from whatever small woodland animal you had been using into your normal form. There's always that few moments of disjointedness where you have, human arms and legs again that feel weird. And yeah. Do you just go in, Bren?
Oh no, I knock, but like when you open the door, he's like, oh, and he's rubbing his nose because it's still kind of like an otter nose, and he's like, oh, okay, sorry. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Sienna just got food.
Yeah, have you eaten yet?
No. Oh, thank you. Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna go sit in my bear chair.
It creaks audibly. It's gonna give out at any minute.
Still good. Still, see? I told you that I can fix it. It's fixed.
Mm-hmm. That's your chair now, so it can be however
it is my chair.
is.
It's my chair.
Mira, you said Falen's coming over?
What?
Yep.
When?
Oh,
Sometime this morning.
Isn't your parents coming over today, or your brother too?
We've got dinner at our brother's, or
Mhm.
they're coming here. I don't.
No.
You're going to Burke's tonight.
Yeah.
And everyone was invited, so.
You don't
Oh,
have to
cool.
come.
Lesbian.
It's gonna be weird.
They have to come. No, okay, you don't have to. But if they don't, what if I don't want to go?
That's not an option.
Okay. Okay. Well, it should be fun. And I'll shove more bread in my face, thinking about what the day has to bring.
As you sit there, Aidy can't help but look at the jar. Oh, thank you so much, Lord Gazumba, for the raid. Big raid coming in. Shout out to Jay. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders, and welcome back, Ian. How you doing there, bud? You okay?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Everything just blinked out.
That's
You're
okay.
back.
You're back. You're back.
Okay, cool.
Bran is on his ass. The chair broke.
I'm still gonna have to refresh. Please continue without me. I'll be back.
Okay. So Aidy notices the glass jar on the table and can't help but notice that the memory that is there no longer is chaotic as it was the previous night. Is like still pressed up against the seal of the cork in the glass. Not that it's like trying to push the cork out or anything, because it can't do that, but it's definitely wedged itself there. You good, Ian? You back?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Cool. Does Aidy do anything about the jar? Does anyone do anything about the jar? I only said 80 because she has a fucking 20 passive perception, so.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I think she'll take it and look at it almost like if it were like, I don't know, a chrysalis in a jar that, she's waiting to see what the fuck happens with it eventually. Because it's very strange and not I don't know, it's just not something she's contended with before, and she still feels, I think, unsettled by, everything surrounding that memory.
Sure. Make me an intelligence check, please.
Cool.
And Kay, is Sienna proficient? Well, actually, anyone that is proficient in Arcana can also roll an Arcana check too.
Oh yeah, sick.
That is a 6, so I haven't had coffee yet, therefore I know nothing.
Yeah. You're still reeling from, your 5 wisdom saves.
Yeah.
So.
I got a 17.
Is everybody proficient in Arcana?
No. I
know Aidy's not.
Mira is preoccupied because I rolled an 8.
Great.
Yeah, we're all a little distracted right now. I got a 9.
Speak for yourself.
Oh,
What did you get, Kay?
I got a 17. So
Nice. All right. I will say that Sienna is able to notice that as Aidy is like rotating this jar in her hand, tendrils of this magical arcane manifestation of a memory inside of this jar seem to be gravitating towards the hand with the ring on it.
I think your memory and your ring want to be reunited. It might be dangerous.
Whoa, okay.
But like, if you look at it, and I'll kind of describe the kind of behavior I'm seeing from it, and that, it's following the ring around when you move it around the jar.
Not
And
today.
as if Varl wasn't amazing enough, Varl also just gave all of you an advantage.
Thank you. That was a horrible display of our intelligence, so we definitely need
I
it.
mean, I think Sienna did just fine.
Well, Sienna, yes, for sure.
For what it's worth, also, Sienna, you kind of understand how that magic works fundamentally. You know that memory is not technically, like, it came out of Bren's mind.
Oh.
So it's Bren's memory.
Yeah.
And from what you understand of what transpired last night, it was Bren kind of seeing things secondhand through Aidy, who was experiencing a memory from the ring.
Yeah.
So it's like a memory of someone else's observation of someone else's experience of observing someone else's memory.
It's totally normal.
It's absolutely the craziest game of arcane telephone you can imagine.
I see their blank faces, and I figure I'll keep that one for later.
Yeah, you explain all of that to Aidy, and she's just like, Bren, put this in the bag of holding. I can't. This is not a today thing.
I thought it was already in here. I didn't know somebody took it out.
Miko took it out at the beginning of the session. We're putting it back.
You guys put it in.
I don't know what you're
thought
talking
you
about.
left it out.
I wasn't there.
Sorry if you guys had put it in the bag of holding. That's my mistake. I thought it had been left on the table. So we're going to
Okay.
say now that it was left on the table.
Yes.
And I'm sure somebody will go back and watch the VOD and, prove me wrong. But that doesn't matter now. So as you all are sitting there for breakfast and are, waking up, having tea or whatnot, you didn't hear any steps. You didn't hear the creaking of the steps outside. There was pure silence. You just hear a brief and quiet knock upon the door.
I think hearing that Brent does one of these, he's like,
Everyone I know is here. This cannot be good.
Come in.
Do you say that?
Fucking A, I do. But I say it while looking directly at Mira.
Why the fuck are you so weird?
I don't know what you mean. Oh,
As you're talking, that you hear that the handle rattle just a bit. Bren didn't lock it because why would he?
Thanks, Dad.
I don't lock doors at my house because why?
Everybody knows bears will eat any intruders of my house. Anyway, yes, the door opens and you see Falen standing there. They kind of let the door open. They take half step in and just kind of standing in the doorway. They look around, see everybody at the dining room table, and they just nod. All right. Good morning, everyone. May I come in?
I
There's breakfast.
think you already received the invitation when Aidy got fucking weird.
Tone,
What?
you're a little aggressive right now. Okay, it's morning. You invited them here. Come on.
Please, come in, have a seat, and maybe
That's
some
so much better.
breakfast.
It's better.
Yeah, that's so much better. Falen,
I'm gonna ask Aidy, what would Violet do?
Don't ask that question. It would be bad.
Murder.
probably.
I'll get a cup of tea going for Falen because the tension in this room. Oh boy.
Yeah. They just kind of they drift in, close the door ever so quietly. You can tell right away they have a satchel in their hand. They seem packed for going somewhere. They set it down by the door and they just kind of drift into the room. So,
Falen, this is Sienna and Bren.
morning to both of you. I assume, and he just kind of glances over at between the girls. You all know who I am?
Nope.
Right.
They do. They've been informed. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're taking this morning. You guys aren't being fun today. Fine.
Great.
Okay. What am I getting from Mira right now? Because I'm getting things from Deb right now, and I need to be able to parse them.
Let's clarify. Yes. Are you getting text messages from Deb?
No, but I can feel it through the internet.
Mira is just like, this whole thing is so uncomfortable, and she just doesn't, I don't know. She doesn't know. Half of her wants to be nice because it felt like they made some inroads last night, and half of her is just back to like, I'm mad and everything is crashing in on me and I'm stressed and this is just one more stressor. So just a lot of jumbly things.
But you invited them here. Like, that's the thing.
We all make mistakes. I'll get another cup of tea made just how Mira likes it, and I'll hand it over and say, let's all just sit down and we can have this conversation.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Great.
And they just kind of drift over to the table. You're getting a lot of like confused emotions from them as well. Yep. In case it wasn't obvious, they are also uncomfortable being here. But you're also getting this undercurrent of just got to do it. Just got to do it. Like determination that's trying to like raise itself up in their psyche and motivate them. So they drift over to a chair. They sit. You notice that they're, particularly because of that insane passive perception, you notice that they're moving very carefully and quietly. They seem a little bit on edge in that regard that you don't think has anything to do with Mira per se. It's just it's different for them. Because I mean, you've worked around them plenty of times. You know them. Like they're there's definitely something bothering them. And as they sit down, they look at you directly, Aidy, and they just say, I appreciate everything that Mira told me, just so you know.
Yeah. I'm glad you know.
I assume everyone, and he just kind of glances at the two people that he's not met before now. I assume everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll like pop up some dancing lights in here, and then get rid of. Bryn.
Oh, come on. It's been weird the past couple days. Just a little You know what? Fine. And then he just gets up and he goes into the pantry for whatever reason.
Just starts rooting around in the pantry.
I just pictured him coming out with a fucking honeycomb. Just full on bear man.
He's in there and he's just like, "There's still a lot of peanut butter." Like, it's just real bad. Sorry, please.
Yeah, so yeah, as you do that, Falen's just kind of startled, but should I go and come back later? Is this a good time? This seems awkward.
It's always going to seem awkward. There's no way around that.
This is
we just have to
where we're at.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, just so you know, I'm assuming your sister told you, but I also share not quite the same, but you know, I have my own secrets. And
Sure.
If and when we see each other again, I would love to talk about that, if that's all right with you. There aren't that many people that I can talk about those things with. I hope you understand that.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yeah. And it feels really good to be having like a nice conversation with Falen as, you know, old friends and such. But I'm also definitely glancing out of the corner of my eye to see how Mira is taking any positive interaction that I'm having with Falen, just in case. Because I'll turn it around if I have to, but for now, we're keeping things cordial.
So, Mira let me know a great deal of things last night, and I promised her that I would sleep on it and come and talk to you all this morning. And so, well, I've been thinking a lot about she said. And I want to help you, first of all. Whatever this situation is with this flying ship, I want to help you. But I need to make sure that we're being smart about this. If the clergy finds out, it could be disastrous in any number of ways.
Well, that we are well aware of.
With the Nostromo coming to Olustrin and all, I mean, them in particular, if they catch wind, they're going to do everything. They'll stop at nothing to find anything. I mean, you had mentioned the meteor and the mountains. And how do you know that other people didn't also see what you saw and are trying to do what you did? Is there have you come across anyone else have you told anyone else? Does anyone else that you're aware of know of the crash?
Not that we've told. Coming out of the pantry. No, we personally haven't told. And I've been there over the past few weeks or so, just kind of errands. And so, still the same as we left.
All right. I mean, if it's in the mountains, though, I imagine it's a good hefty trek away, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So we all have things that we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
You seem confused.
All right. Well, it's just not my experience that those of us with gifts are able to congregate for very long. The clergy
Surprise.
are pretty good at getting to us, which might be part of the reason the Nostromo are on their way. But anyway, it's just something, one of many things, of course, that we need to be careful of. Speaking of careful, do you have any particular plans on repairing the ship and keeping it secret? Is there anything else that I should be aware of at this point?
I mean, Mira has a whole list, and we've been sort of going through things, and she's sort of spearheading this entire project, and so far so good.
It's also a massive ship, and it's going to take a lot to gather, transport, and then repair. The biggest thing... Wait, how much have you told them? So the biggest thing is the look. The look was, I told them. So the biggest thing is that there's an engine that we have to figure out how it works.
All right. I don't know what that means.
It's a magical engine. Like when we got there, it almost exploded, and like.
Well, that's a detail that was left out.
Yeah, and
Hey,
we were.
Me too, buddy.
That's right. I didn't tell you either. Yeah, it almost exploded, and then by a whim, we were able to contain it, but it's not fully functional. Mira
And I'm
here.
assuming that is something that is being worked on by you or someone else to try and figure out how to maybe make that stable so it doesn't explode.
I don't think it's gonna explode.
Okay.
It needs magic. It needs a lot of magic. It's alive. I don't know. You have to
Right. You mentioned something about it being a kind
see
of
it
living
for yourself.
thing. Yeah.
but I did.
I would very much like to see it myself, actually. Before we get into all that, though, I'm curious, do we know anything about the original crew? Like, where were they from? What happened to them?
We have journals that I've been reading through. And there is a little mechanical servant that survived that Bren can talk to. And they said that the ship was attacked by a bird.
A very, very large, monstrous bird.
Okay. Right.
They all died. All of them.
Oh, that was definitely
yeah.
something I would have liked to perhaps. No, it's fine. All right. I'm sorry. I'm still wrapping my head around quite a lot of things, and there's so much else on top of all of that too.
Welcome. You're here with all of us. It is a lot.
Yes. Well,
So much.
look,
I have
I'm
a
going to be
question.
honest. Sure.
Why are you so keen to help?
He just looks at Mira. looks back at you. I want to help. She asks.
Nope, I get it. No, yeah.
I mean,
No, that's
don't get me wrong.
that's a
There's also
knowing,
something.
yeah.
There's also something fascinating about everything that you all have told me, and I'm only a fool would not be interested in seeing this vessel and what it is and all of that. And I mean, despite my many faults, and certainly I'm foolish in some regards, but I'm not an idiot when it comes to something like that. It's definitely a tantalizing opportunity. I mean, science, no, that's not really my thing. It's the notion that there is someone else from beyond the Imperium that is capable of coming here. That's just mind-boggling to me, and it could mean so much for our society in a lot of ways.
Brings up something interesting. We're not doing this for the society.
I mean,
honestly,
I didn't assume that you. It's Smaug.
It's the
Smaug. He made his face known against his will, but no, I take your meaning, and don't mistake mine. It's more that the when, because at some point this is going to become knowledge, like amongst the people, and when that happens, I can't even fathom the way that the clergy is going to react to that. So, yeah, it's just, kinds of things that sit in the back of my mind and all that. But I mean, to get to your point, Bren, right, Bren?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've got plenty of carpentry skills from my time aboard ship, and being a bosun for as long as I was could definitely apply if the things that Mira said are accurate, and I have no reason to doubt that they're not. I mean, I can help with the structural repairs and all of that, but kind of as you indicated earlier, Bren, it's going to take resources and time and potentially extra hands and the like. Are you all prepared for whatever shape the damages are and how long it might take? Is my question is, are you in this to the end of it? Because this may not be a quick process.
You've only had 12 hours to think about this. We've been sitting with this for weeks.
All right. Fair enough.
We've considered all of that. We're working hard to gather all of the resources necessary, including extra hands. Sort of. We have no idea if this is going to pan out or not. But I think you can understand why we have to try.
Oh yeah. No, I fully understand, and that's why it's one of the reasons that I'm willing to help. Where exactly is this ship? I mean, I'm assuming it's in a relatively safe place.
Totally.
You all were gone for quite long, and Mira had said that it was, very hazardous to actually get up there. So, I mean, I'm assuming it isn't like some casual individual from the city will go off randomly exploring the mountains and run into it, right?
It's unlikely.
Not unless they get eaten. Don't get eaten.
Possible. I mean, we were stupid enough to go out there So it's not to say that nobody could.
I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about that at some point, but that doesn't have to be now. As long as you think that it's, relatively safe and there aren't going to be a lot of people that can just happenstance upon it, I think that's good.
Yeah, it's fair.
It seems also that at least a couple of the Ascendant have an interest in helping us.
Look, I don't care about the Ascendant, to be perfectly honest. They've got interests, whatever that means, then that in some ways that might be a bad thing. But I'm willing to put that aside as far as, everything else goes. I've got my own issues with the Ascendant, so what about after it's fixed? Have you all discussed what's going to happen then? Like, do you even have anyone that... I'm assuming it needs a specialized navigator. It's got to be more complex than a riverboat. Do any of you have that skill? And he kind of glances at Aidy questioningly.
I'm really glad that you looked to me for this, because I do have many skills, as you know. Unfortunately, that's not one of them. That's... we know there are a lot of obstacles, and that happens to be one of them.
Why do you think you're here?
Oh, I can't navigate for shit.
Yeah, but you sail and you know people.
I mean, yes, but we're talking about several decades ago that I was... Many of those... Look, I didn't even recognize Babs when I saw him.
Let's skip that part. Let's just get right back past that part.
I mean, I might be able to come up with something, but I can't make any promises, all right? I mean, to be perfectly honest, I can't even promise that I'm going to be able to actually repair anything. I haven't even seen it. I don't know what state it's really in, and how even... You said it's how high up in the mountains?
High. Like the highest.
We've got to get materials and tools.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, here's a question. I'm assuming, does it have tools? Most ships do, but, I don't want to...
Mira's getting a little mad about all of the questions, as if, we haven't done any work so far. So she storms into her room and she grabs a bunch of the journals and all of her lists, and she just, throws them down in front of Falen.
Hey.
We know that there aren't any firm answers right now. We're just trying to figure things out.
Okay, I wasn't trying to upset you with my questions. It's just, I've got a lot of them.
Look through the notes so you can see sort of what we've already been working through, the questions that we've been asking, the answers we have and don't have. We don't have a lot yet, but...
Okay. All right. And he just reaches out and grabs one of the books and opens up and is like, well, that's in a language I can't read. You can read this?
Yep.
Right. Just kind of sets it aside.
And I'll pull out a summary of...
Yeah. You pull out some of your notes and hand that to him, and he just starts looking through it. Kay, roll a d20 for me.
Oh, okay. Which is my D&D dice Rolled 3.
Okay. I think Mira might be a little bit distracted, so I'm just gonna say Aidy and Bren. The two of you see Sienna just like casually glancing at a bunch of the books and stuff that are scattered over everything, and they look like they're reading one of the books. Just kind of, it's like an open page, and their eyes are just drawn to it, and they're just kind of glancing at it, but they're not confused by it.
Bryn notices that, but he's really more focused on Mira in this moment. But he notices that. It's like tucked in the back of his head.
Did Aidy do anything?
Unfortunately, Aidy doesn't play it cool like Bren does. She'll notice it and just wait. Can you read this too?
What is the book about that kind of drew my eye?
I'll say it's like the journal of one of the first mates.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's a first.
Or not
mate.
one of the mates, not the first mate.
Oh.
One of the mates.
So it's one of the mates.
Andrew's character from the Prelude.
It's not quite. They're not quite the first mate. They really want to be.
There's some weirdness in there about a corporate business thing.
Weird shit.
It's a little juicy. If I knew the people, I think I'd really get into it. But
you can read it.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
What language?
It's
what
only
language is it
been
in?
Mira.
Pardon?
What language is it in?
It's in Etruscan.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's how would I have to say? It's from the mainland. Obviously not here.
Sure, yeah, okay.
It's like where I'm from, it's like what people mostly read and write in.
Huh.
Where, Cleveland? No, I'm sorry.
Wait, is that where we're going? Fuck.
But yeah, so you can read this too, Mira?
Yes.
How did you start? I guess. Because I don't think I haven't seen any. This is the first I've seen this kind of thing around here. So
Seems to be a gift from Orlumis.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry, back up a second. You said mainland.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Okay. So
Wait. Have we shown Sienna any of the maps?
No.
Do you have a map? Do you have a map?
Yeah, I'll pull one
Start
out.
digging through the pile. Yeah, you pull out one of the
shuffle
maps.
through and pull out a map.
I have a vague idea of where I kind of landed, right?
There isn't any map of the Imperium.
Oh,
These are maps of
local maps.
These are maps of the main continent. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know these places?
yeah. Okay, so how far do we want to get into this? I don't know.
As far
Okay.
as
I want to
you'll
know
allow.
everything.
Oh my gosh.
As far as you'll allow, go for it.
Okay, let me.
Just above the table. It's entirely on you at the moment.
Shit, yeah, let me.
Because this is new revelations that Sienna has not hinted at before.
Okay, so there are so many really, really cool places. So there's like this big I'll point at a spot on the map. It's there's so these big. I've not seen this, but apparently there's like these big kind of gashes of land over here. No one knows very much about them. Over here, this is called Ysterra. It's a beautiful place. We've got there's this. The whole history of like the elves is wrapped up in this place called Ysterra that is no longer around, and you guys have never even heard of that. That's a big deal back over there. What else? There's the Viesne Shogunate. They have beautiful like blossoms. There's Chania. There's so many places. There's Zestrom.
Were you on board this ship before it crashed?
No, I don't remember. I've not seen something like that before.
How do you know all of these places?
I traveled around quite a lot.
Then how did you get here?
Hey.
No. I'm just. There is implications here that this individual that we are sitting with, and don't get me wrong, Sienna, I think you're wonderful in what I've seen so far, but you're not from the Imperium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's okay. I was gonna say, be really cute. We could be like, oh, let's all do an inventory of our skill sets, because I don't know everyone. But okay, here's a little reason why things are kind of intense with me. And you'll see her kind of focusing for a bit, and it looks like her face is kind of being pulled from the inside, and it kind of twists and morphs and pleats, and kind of her whole physiology kind of changes, and you see a second Falen sitting across the room. And then
You did the thing.
And
That's
then
the
she
thing.
kind of switches again, and she changes into like Mr. What's his name? Mr. Babineau. She does another few quick changes of like just people you've seen throughout the neighborhood that are like particularly memorable. And then she's gonna and then this is the coolest thing of all. And then this is kind of what I usually look like, and you'll see everything kind of fades away. A lot of the color drains. You see kind of weird blue looking alien and wrapped in cloths, and huge black eyes, just kind of staring at you. And she'll and she'll do a magic trick with some cards.
I think Brent does it with them. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Quick question: Does Leighton know about this?
that's a good question.
Yeah. I think
All
he knows everything. He was the apprentice to. Yeah, I've been kicking around here for a while. But not necessarily of my own volition, and kind of Leighton was the kind of understudy, the apprentice of.
I have so many questions, but right now I have two. You said you were introduced to me as Sienna, but
Mhm.
you have this ability to take forms that are obviously other people, and don't get me wrong, I think that this, and he's kind of gesturing to all of you, is wonderful in many ways, but is Sienna even your name?
It's what I've been going by lately. I usually, well, this is my, I call myself Sisk in this one. There's Sirius as well. There who's more recent. He's fun, but yeah.
Okay.
That is so cool.
You said you have been here for a while. Do you mean in Orlustran, or?
In Orlustran, in the Imperium generally for a few years. But it was, I think,
How did you get here?
I remember waking up on, I think the shoreline. And soon thereafter, I was found by Kellanun. And
Sorry, Kellahu?
Kellanun? Is that right?
No, you did it right. Falen is just,
It's just who?
flabbergasted.
So he's he's part of the clergy. So my buddy Leighton, he has this thing on. It's like a tiara of mind control, a headband, more or less. And I think Kellanun is taking over him, sending the Nostromo. One of my selves is listed on the list with Violet and your friend.
This Leighton person, you're talking to them, like, are they like you?
No, he's just a regular schmegular wizard.
Are there more like you?
I don't know. I'm the only one like me I know of.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that probably means there are more.
Do you want us to call you Sienna? Would you?
When I'm Sienna, maybe call me Sienna. I guess it'd be
Sure.
easiest. But you can call me Sisk. That's kind of Bren and I did. We hung out like this a little bit, but that's what
Yeah.
we invited. So
Do you have to, like, when you're somebody else, are you like putting effort into it? Like, does it feel relaxed when you get to be in this form? I'm sorry, I don't mean to say the wrong thing. I just
no, I've never really thought about it too much before. She starts doing a few little weird stretches. It feels
Like it's second nature. Like it's just.
it feels like the mask. I mean, because I'm usually not this.
yeah.
Anyway, and she'll turn back into Sienna. So that's some things I can do. I can, I know a little bit about artifice. I can get, kind of something can be a second nature to me for a short period of time. So maybe I can help out on weird things with the ship. But I'm flexible. So if you don't want to go see your parents and your brother, look like Aidy.
Well,
That's amazing.
very cool.
It's a party trick. No.
But you're also from where this ship was from. Are there more ships?
I'm not sure. This is the first one that I have heard about. But also, I wasn't super surprised, so that might tell you something.
There are more ships.
Probably. But who knows who has them? You don't. I don't. But
All of this is... Wow.
Right?
yeah, and the Nostromo's coming in a day.
Oh, yes. No, I know when the Nostromo are coming. They'll be here in 2 days now.
So
2 days.
Which, by the way, I don't plan to be in the city when they arrive. Just putting that out
I think it would be best if none of us were. Ideally, right? How long
Well-
do they stick around in a place?
I would assume until
from
the
my
job is
experience,
done.
yes, from my experience, they're going to be here until they have rooted out all of the corruption that they can. They're not good to be around for me. For any of us, to be honest. And so yeah, I can't stay. And Aidy can immediately feel the rise in fear within Falen.
Fuck. Okay.
But this
Winter
is
Mountain
amazing.
Catacombs?
Sienna, Sisk, yes, Sisk. That's amazing. Yeah, you might know. Why have you even seen the airship yet?
Not yet. I'm very excited. I've heard very good things. Well, not too much. I learned that it almost exploded when they first saw it, so that's what's.
So you're like me, new to this, all this too. Great.
Mhm.
Although you're not like me. I'm sorry. That was offensive. I apologize. I didn't mean to. I mean, I'm sorry. And he just kind of, or they just kind of like sit back as trying to process everything at this point.
I'll hand them a bacon, egg, and cheese. Just steal someone else's joke. Thanks.
Okay. So,
Who's next?
obviously, there's plenty to read. But you kind of get the gist of it, though, huh? We're just doing our best out here.
You're muted, Ian.
I didn't say anything of importance.
Okay.
Well, what do we need to do in the next 2 days?
Not die.
I'd say that's great for all of our days,
Seconded.
frankly.
Just so you all know, I have a couple of things that I have to take care of today. I have to go and see a few people within the city, mainly to let them know that I'm going to be gone for a while. They're people that I trust. They know that I have to depart every now and then. So,
Does Burke know about your gifts?
I tried telling Burke once, and he kind of just gave me a look like I didn't need to tell him. So it's kind of one of those things that we just never went into detail about, but
He's a horrible communicator. Good God.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
anyway.
quick question for you as like an additional set of eyes. Victoria?
I mean, he's happy, and to be
Ugh.
perfectly honest, particularly, I don't know, something seems different about her in the past couple of weeks. I don't know what's going on there. I don't like. She's a bit much, right? We
I
don't
thought
talk.
you were going to say something different and you would have been right then too, but sure, bit much. We can go there.
I mean, she can sometimes be a bitch, but she's also she's pretty nice once you get to know her, actually. And it's plainly obvious that she is head over heels for your brother. And, you know, personally speaking, anybody that can make him happy is all right in my book. I don't know if you know this, but your brother is flaky when it comes to women. Not really ever been able to have a decent relationship. And, well, I think it's, 4 months now? 5 months, maybe? That's the longest I've seen him be with anyone, and maybe since I've known him, actually, now that I think about it.
Well, that...
I don't spend a ton. Look, I've only seen Burke maybe twice in the past month, so he likes to talk about her. They seem to be having fun. She's not horrible most of the time. Did you know that she can cook? Which is, saying something, considering that Burke has no capacity for cooking whatsoever.
I think I'm the only one in the family, apart from mom and dad. It's ridiculous.
I thought your dad couldn't boil water.
He can make a couple of things because my mom taught him, and that's it. Like, there's nothing else, But the rest of them, jeez.
Falen just kind of glancing at Mira every now and then and quickly looking away as he... Right now, Deb, you're giving off some very gnarly vibes, so I don't know if that's you or Mira vibes.
Both the same.
We're the same.
Also, the face you both made when mentioning Victoria, the both of you went...
Identically.
Because she's the worst.
I don't even fucking know her. I just know that I've been told she's the worst, and I trust that. Okay. I'm getting a lot of feelings from everyone right now. Confusion.
Yeah, so that is part of the thing? Because you always seem to have this weird connection with people, and...
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We have to talk. To talk.
Yeah.
Obviously not right now. I'm sorry. And he just kind of looks at everybody else. I'm sorry.
No, it's a lot to take in. Why don't you read a little bit of our lovely notes? What are we doing, you guys?
I mean, before anything else is said, I need to be clear. I have some things that I have to take care of. It's going to take me almost the entire day, if not the entire day. It's probably going to be nightfall before I'm going to be free again. Perhaps you said you were having dinner with Burke tonight. Lovely. Wonderful. I can't be there. Probably better off if I wasn't there anyway. And he just kind of looks at Mira. Point is, tomorrow... should we meet? What's your plans about getting back to the airship? Are you planning on going back soon? Can you tell me? Can you give me guidance on how to get there? Like, what's that plan of getting to the? I have to see it in order to help.
Well,
these notes I'm sure these notes are wonderful, but I really need to see it.
You should. It wasn't easy to get there, for so many reasons.
Manticores. I caught wind of that.
And more. And
Ugh.
we should all probably go together for our safety when it's time. And we'll figure out when it's time.
I can't be here day after tomorrow, so
That's fine.
My suggestion would be to leave tomorrow if possible. I will not be in the city beyond that. So if you all don't want to leave tomorrow to head up there, then we'll have to meet somewhere.
Meet us at Bryn's farm.
Okay,
What?
I don't know where that is.
Do your errands, right?
Huh?
And we'll get back to you tonight.
Okay. Should I just assume to meet back here then, or?
Ladies, is that acceptable?
Seems like you don't want
like
us
your
at your
tone.
farm again, so yeah, we'll be here one more night.
Okay, great. I'll be back here then as soon as I can. I don't know how late it's going to be, but I'll be back here as soon as I can.
Cool. Hey, thanks for taking everything like a champ.
I mean, I'm still processing things, but yeah.
Uh-huh. Also, goes without saying, if you say anything to anyone, respectfully.
So
now
you get to find out what I can do.
You should have had him say something like that, Aidy, because,
Are you kidding?
Coming from you, it just
Are you
feels like
kidding?
you're about to give me one of your moon beverages again.
Moon beverages.
Listen, I am terrifying.
Oh, yes.
And
I'm
you
going to
should
turn into
remember
a
that.
second mirror behind Aidy.
Yes.
Wow, that's.
On that note, it's lovely to meet you, and looks at Bran and then glances over towards the second mirror, like, right, I'll see you all sometime this evening then. And they just head towards the door.
Be careful.
Always. You as well. And they just kind of somberly nod and head out the door.
Well, that was fun. Now what?
Why are you so mean to them?
It's reflex.
You see second mirror pointing at...
It's just... I mean, they're... Let's be honest. In 12 hours, they have understood and asked the questions that took all of us weeks.
How about a
Their
reframe?
willingness to help. Their willingness to help.
Have you ever had your heart stomped on and shattered into a million pieces and then kicked over hot coals?
More than I'd like to count.
Great. Consider that when you're trying to be logical and reasonable and all of that shit. Just saying.
That's understandable. And I'm not like ignoring that bit, but I mean, it's not, you're not asking them to give back a hat, then it would be justifiable. Like, this is a large life-changing thing that you're asking someone help for. Now, again, yes, we did suggest it. Yes, it was because of what we thought we knew of their skill set. I'm saying this to say this. If you really do not feel that is within your personal best interest to have them help us, we won't do it. For the simple fact that I don't think you want to feel like this the entire time.
We need their help. We do. And I am mean to them because I don't want to get hurt again. And it just comes out. I can't help it. And I know it's happening, and it's like I can't stop myself.
Again, that's understandable. And it's really not fair to yourself to put you through that mentally. You already have enough going on. We haven't even touched the notion of your schooling. All I'm saying is really consider, and I don't think anyone here, Vi included, would be angry, would be disappointed, sad, or hurt if you honestly thought, probably not the best for my mental.
Here's the thing. It was fine last night. We had a perfectly fine conversation. And I think it's just...
Was it the questioning?
Yeah, that was not great. It's weird to have them connecting with Aidy. It's weird to... I mean, it's nice. I don't know. There's a lot happening here, and it'll be fine. I will...
Okay. When you're ready to acknowledge that you are still in love, we will be here to help you. But that person thinks the world of you. They think you are the smartest person in the room, which is why they ask you those questions, because they know you know. Just take a beat. Consider the options. When is that dinner?
We have all day. It's still morning.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I really am. It's just, it kind of bothered me, and I wasn't going to say anything in front of them because that's not for them to hear. But really, just consider it. You have enough on your plate. Don't let unspoken feelings get in the way. Okay?
I'll do my best.
Are you still is Sisk still taking Mira's form as she pats, or as they pat Mira's back?
I pat Mira's back with one hand as Mira still, and then I pat Bren on the back with the other hand, like a good job, buddy. That was a good talk you had.
Sienna, can you look Mira in the eyes as herself and just say, I'm proud of you? Just once. Just kidding. I don't want you to break her.
I think honestly though, in that moment, Bren does kind of walk over and just gives a bear hug. Like, that was tense. It was stressful.
To Mira?
Yeah.
Mira 100% starts crying.
You really held it together.
You did such a good job. It's such a good job. You were commanding. You had a presence. Your intelligence shined through without you being over zealous about it. Like, you got it together. It was a really good job.
But I was mean.
Yeah, it's baby steps.
I'm gonna need a minute, and Mira just walks away into her room and closes the door.
Oh, just take a quick 5.
Brent turns around. Did I do something wrong?
No.
Are you sure? It felt like I did something wrong.
No, it's obviously very sensitive and all of that. And I think there's a lot going on in general. And I think that makes all of this infinitely more difficult and stressful. So thank you for caring about her.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the short amount of time, I love you guys.
What was that?
What was that? Mira from her room was like, what was that?
We love you.
Fine.
You know it.
Yeah. You guys have grown on me. And honestly, if you weren't here with all of this and everything that's going on, I'd probably be hidden away at my farm worrying about Violet. So this is nice for me too.
Do you want to meet our brother?
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to.
Do you want me to?
Honestly, I don't know. I
got nothing else to do.
Well, then, yeah. He can't cook for shit, but hopefully, I don't know, get food from out.
Yeah. We'll meet your brother and this witch of a person, Victoria, who apparently is not that bad, but is. So we'll see.
Honestly,
I'm really interested in that. I don't want to see how that plays out.
Deb, have I ever met Victoria, or is this all like secondhand? Yeah,
You have, yeah.
Okay. She sucks, but probably not as bad as we. I don't know if you know this about us, but we are rather enthusiastic, hyperbolic.
What?
I can't help
Keep
it.
going.
I have emotions just like all the time.
Yeah.
You have other people's emotions all the time too.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
hitting you from all sides.
It's just so sometimes we exaggerate a bit. This also kind of sucks because we're getting like a lot of doses of maturity being put in front of us. Like, maybe don't be an asshole to this girl who makes your brother happy, and maybe don't be an asshole to this person who you dated forever and is going to help us do some stuff. Like, can't we just? Wouldn't it be simpler?
It sounds like there's only one lesson of maturity that's been presented in front of the both of you. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. That's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll chip away at it. Bit by bit.
You could be a little bit of an asshole. It helps.
I think so. I don't know.
It's also fun.
It's hard, though.
It's a little fun.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe if we brainstorm a little bit right now before Mira comes out, we can have like an idea and give her brain a break. So like,
Yeah. So
they're coming and we should not be around.
So here's the thing. What if we just took a trip and we left Falen up there? I'm concerned about it, but it's an option. It allows them to do their thing. It allows us to do our thing. Kind of some separation between the Nostromo.
Is it bad if we're here? I mean,
It's not bad if you are.
I don't think it's good either, frankly, but
No.
Okay.
That's an idea. I'm not saying we do that. That's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter which way we flip it, apparently they're gonna leave. So
Yeah. We could at least make it beneficial to us rather than just, dilly-dallying at your farm.
Yeah. Also, stop sending people to my farm.
It's just such a convenient location out of town.
It's really not. I legitimately picked that spot for its least convenience to everyone else.
And that's what makes it perfect.
For crimes? I don't want crimes at my farm.
I'm sorry, aren't you a fence? Isn't that like your whole thing?
No,
Crimes?
I'm an information provider. I don't fence things. Never picked up the sword in my life.
Wow.
Aidy knows that was a lie.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so with their permission, we'll just have Falen fuck off to the mountains.
Well, we're all gonna have to go.
No, I know that, but it's more fun to say it like that,
True.
So, what else where are we on supplies?
Where are we on
getting there?
supplies, Miko? Yeah.
You haven't gotten a lot. You've got enough to do a trip to the mountain and all of that. The big thing that you guys, if you're talking about like ship's supplies and stuff, the big things that you have to still sort out are how to get Violet's boat either in pieces or whole, which seems almost impossible, up the mountain, because the plan was that Violet was willing to sacrifice her barge to use as raw materials to repair the gaping holes in the ship. And then on top of that, you have to acquire through very likely coin expenditure, but also potentially, through negotiations with any resources that Mira might have coming out of the Occam and the conservatory, what materials you need as far as magic is concerned, scrolls and spell components and the like, to be able to repair the magical components of the arcanic engine.
Okay, so there's a lot.
That's the big stuff that you have to worry about right now. Everything else is very ancillary, but those are the two key things.
Okay.
And yes, to answer Raven's question in chat, Tamara is a resource for getting some potentially hard to get things, as well as the general supplies that you need. Right.
Like my heart.
Okay. So then carry on today, gathering shit that we need, dinner with our brother.
And we should
Falen's
plan for
coming back.
another. Yeah, and we should prepare and plan for another trip up the mountain.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof, so
Miko, when are our parents supposed to be showing up?
You've got probably a week and a half or so.
Okay.
Basically enough time that you could make a trip to the mountains and come back, and you'd probably be timing it around their arrival.
Okay.
Almost like I planned that.
What? Okay, great. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll bring more tea and some sort of sweet baked good that Sienna had brought for breakfast, and just
Go and talk to your
check on-
sister.
Yeah.
What's Mira been doing by herself in the room?
She's just like spread eagle on her bed, staring up at the ceiling.
Hey, buddy. You did great. Here, I've got some tea and a sweet roll. How you doing?
Too many feelings.
I know.
I don't
I
like
know.
it.
Isn't it awful? Just awful. Well, would you like to continue to have Falen be involved with this? Is it too much?
No, it was really nice talking to them last night. And it was so fucking weird to have them here this morning.
Yeah.
I just have to get used to them knowing about you, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, miraculously, there doesn't seem to be much to consider with all of that. They're cool. That's good.
I just, like, my brain, I don't know how to handle what's happening in here, because, like, they started talking to you and I got fucking jealous. What is happening to me?
You love them. I mean, what? I get it. I can dial it back.
It's weird.
Yeah. It's okay to want things, you know?
Like a hot florist.
Don't you start with me. We're talking about you right now.
Do we have to?
No, but we probably should. We don't have to, though.
I don't know. It's complicated, and I just don't like feeling things. I'm the brains. You're the one that feels things.
Yes. Yes, I do. And I feel just... You can... I don't know. You can be glad that they're around. It doesn't have to necessarily be like, getting back together or anything. You can just do a friend thing. If you want, or not. You could throw more fish heads at their house or something. Whatever.
I wish Violet was here.
Yeah. I think it might be nice to have someone else on our side. It sounds like they are, but I guess, I don't know. You don't like feelings. But I can tell you feel everything all the time, and lately things have been a bit overwhelming, if I'm reading things correctly. And maybe it would be kind of like Bren said, don't tell him I said that, but a bit of a relief. Have a little less, tension. I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
Just... I don't know what I'm saying either, okay?
Do you want them here or do you not want them here?
No, I'm...
Is my emotional state making things worse for you?
For me, no. I'm golden. I can shut that shit out if I need to. Don't you even worry about it. Your emotional state is making things worse for me because I give a shit about you and I want you to be happy and not so stressed all the time. And I think that letting go of Falen in that way could be good. Just as far as letting go of the anger part of it. Until they do something that's fucking stupid, and then obviously, anger away.
I'm not even mad at them.
I know. It's easier to be mad though, so.
It's easier to act mad.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I don't know. We've got shit to do today. I can't.
I know.
You wanted to stay in bed, and I should have said we could just skip all the things.
Right?
That would have been the right answer.
Absolutely. This sucks. Well, we came up with a really great plan. Solid.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. There are layers to it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, just keep on keeping on, I think, is the gist of it. And then go have dinner.
Great.
Yeah. It should be okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys hear a huge slam and crack go downstairs and just, damn it!
He broke the chair again.
Yep. I could see there was some splintering.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll go fix it again.
Okay.
I'll push the sweet treat a little closer to you.
I just shoved the whole thing into my mouth.
Atta girl. Go fix a chair.
So, you head back out into the room. You all have a little bit of discussions about the day. You know that just based on what previous dinners with Burke have involved, he's probably working today, right? And because he works all the time, and so dinners with him are often after sunset, and so you've got quite a bit of day to get through before you have to go and have dinner. Is there anything specific that you would like to have your characters accomplish during the day, narratively?
So I like to, if possible, I'd like to talk to Tamra about supplies. It's about supplies. It's legitimately just about that. And a chair.
Okay. And a chair, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like go, through the alleyways and do the secret knock and stuff. And, hello.
Right. Yeah. You're able to go and have a discussion with Tamara about things. You could message me offline about anything specific that you're wanting to do with that. What about the rest of you?
Well, now that my powers are unstoppered, I am gonna. I figure we need some funds, some more funds to hopefully pay for some stuff. So I'm gonna go into the streets, do some up close magic, maybe con a few people with like a cup trick, a few things just to try and make some extra cash.
Okay. Wonderful. Love that. In case you all didn't know, apparently Sisk is also a con artist.
Love that for them.
Makes sense.
Sarah?
Do I still have access to any libraries?
Yeah, you've got access to the
Okay.
Illuminated Hearts Library.
Great. I will go there
But
and
she has
just
not. Mira has not taken advantage of that yet because it's only been like a day since that was dropped on her.
I will go there and just find whatever I can that looks helpful, and if there's a page or two in particular, I will rip them right out of the book.
Mira, defacing a book?
Unless I could have talked to Bran
That's
ahead of time and grabbed the
out
bag of holding and just
Character.
started.
There's a photocopier right there.
I like the idea that you're ripping pages out of books more. Like
We don't have time for me to handwrite stuff. I'm just, yep.
How does Deb feel about that?
I hate it. I hate everything about
Horrified.
Our characters have flaws, people, and this is one of them.
That's true.
And Aidy.
I think she'll just continue down the list and try to grab whatever stuff she can, knock some things off of that list if possible. Just little things, She doesn't feel particularly useful in all of this, but whatever little stuff she'll do.
Okay. You all do set out and take care of all of these things. And just to kind of move things along a little bit, because there is one additional story beat that I want to get to before we close out the evening. You finish your daily routines of tasks. You know that at some point later after sunset, after the dinner with Burke, most obviously you're going to be meeting back up with Falen. Burke's dinner gets closer and closer. You prepare yourselves, dress in whatever clothing you think is appropriate for a family dinner and the like, and head off in that direction as the suns begin to set in the west. Upon taking this journey, you travel, You take a few gondolas, of course, to get where you need to go. You eventually manage to make your way over to the Mercantia district. It's where Burke's home is. As you are trekking your way through Mercantia, Mercantia is also the largest district in all of the city, so you've got a good walk ahead of you as you're making your way. The people of Orlustran moving around you give no indications that anything is amiss. Most of these people don't know that the Nostromo are on their way. They don't know that there's an airship crashed in the mountains. They don't know that someone from apparently an entire other continent is walking amongst them right now. They're just going about their day, oblivious to it all. Eventually, you find yourselves crossing over one of the smaller bridges to head to the northernmost part of Mercantia. And as you're making your way across this bridge, I need for each of you to please roll a d20 for me.
Uh, 19.
Okay,
I rolled a 2.
nice.
4.
8.
Beautiful. Absolutely perfect.
Can't,
Aidy, you
is this an
feel
advantage
it.
thing?
Pardon?
Is this an advantage thing that we could use?
You mean one of your advantages from Varl? Yeah, if you
Mhm.
want to.
If that's
Any those apply to any d20 roll.
then I absolutely would like to, and that's worse. So never mind. Ignore me.
It's not meant to be.
What'd you get, Ian?
A 2. Like, I don't understand what's happening tonight, so we're gonna stick with the 4.
Deb?
I did not re-roll. I am choosing to fail this one, assuming that low numbers are failing.
Okay, brilliant. 80 senses that something is wrong. You step onto the bridge and you're kind of looking around as everyone is kind of walking forward, and you look up and down the streets and you realize that you're not feeling anyone's emotions except for your companions around you. You look back and forth and there isn't anyone on the street. You hadn't really noticed it when you came up the street to get to the bridge. Didn't register. You felt your companions, you're kind of caught up in the mix of everything going on, and it just didn't register. But now, as you reach about halfway across the bridge, you feel it. You feel that twinge of emotion strike you. Someone is in the vicinity, and they are tense, and they are antagonistic, and they are ready. You call out to everyone to stop just as the bolts start flying. One of them punctures Mira in the shoulder, another hits Sisk in the back, and a third hits Bren square in the chest, and you duck just out of the way as one goes right by your face. And that's where we're going to call it tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Are you kidding me right now?
No?
Uh-huh.
That, yeah?
We had 2 days. We had 2 days.
Yeah? You don't know what this is?
I just got
Yes.
fucking hit in the shoulder with an arrow.
Yeah,
I'm-
you don't
I'm
know what's
guessing.
happening yet.
It's Falen. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! The city have finally like come together, and now there's a bear patrol.